I actually officially rode across the Atlantic Ocean solo. Somebody said it's a bit like getting a straw into a blancmange and blowing, and when the blood's being pushed under pressure through that tear into your head, it starts damaging the brain. And the consultant said to me that when it got to him, my left lung was closing down, so I was more or less at the point of death. And ever since then been struggling to rehabilitate myself, and the neurophysios have been fantastic. And I'm just aware, having been through the mill myself, that you need that help and support, and sometimes it's that motivates you to keep going. I just suddenly thought, well, you know, nobody's done a first on the Pacific, and firsts in the world are few and far between. You know, they've been up Everest, they've been to the poles, and probably done everything else, but here's another first that is possible, you know. It's been a very exciting day for me, because it's obviously really the first step in a very big project, really, you know. It's kind of turned things upside down a bit for me in terms of seeing the old boat and then seeing this new state-of-the-art boat. The thing I like about Crispin and what Rossiter's is doing is that they've obviously thought through the problems and come up with solutions, so I feel fairly confident, having met him and looked at various boats they've got here and stuff they're doing, that for the sort of special needs I've got, he'll be able to come up with the answer.
Richard got in touch with us a couple of months ago now and gave us the basic outline of his story. It wasn't actually till today I realised quite how restricted he was in his movements and his ability to use his left-hand side, but we've learned that anything is possible. It's great that there's people out there that don't let things hold them back, and it's a privilege, to be honest, to be able to work with people like him.
Well, what Richard's undertaking at the moment is absolutely enormous. For an able-bodied person, solo on the Pacific is just virtually unheard of. We're talking about 7,000 miles of open water here that Richard's going to try and negotiate, and it's just going to be incredible. Absolutely incredible. There are going to be difficulties. I was told when he first suffered his stroke that he'd never walk again, and I went to visit him a couple of months later, and he actually walked to the street door and opened the door to greet me into his house. I just couldn't believe that. He's already overcome so many things that have happened to him, the catastrophes that have befallen him so far, and he's there and he's still doing whatever he can. When people say to him, you can't do this, he says, oh, can't I?
I've been through this perhaps for a bit of a purpose, in a sense, and maybe that's to help other people to make a difference in their lives and get back what they maybe won't be able to at the moment because they haven't got that ability or haven't got that professional support.
To make somebody's dream come alive, then to give other people who are suffering the same sort of physical ailments as Richard's suffering at the moment, to give them hope, is an absolutely brilliant reason to put money into it and funding into it.
Journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. So I guess this is our first step now, you know. So here we go. Look out, Pacific, here I come.